Hello friends, I am Professor Amjad Ali. I welcome you in the first lecture of Digital Logic and Computer Architecture. So in this subject, we are going to study the first 3 units are based on the digital logic and the next 3 units are based on the computer architecture. So we will start with the syllabus of the digital logic. For this digital logic, you have to refer R.P. Jain, Digital Electronics by R.P. Jain. This book you have to refer for the first 3 units. Okay, now we will see the basics of this subject. What is the digital logic? Before going to see the digital logic, you should have a clear understanding of digital signal and an analog signal. What is an analog signal? The analog signal is the speech signal, picture signal, a signal from the loudspeaker. All are the examples of an analog signal. What is digital signal? The signal from the computer, which is in the form of zeros and ones, which is an example of a digital signal. Okay, and one more difference between analog and digital is analog signal and digital signal. So analog signal varies with respect to time, speech signal, picture signal, all are the example of an analog signal, and digital signal varies with the amplitude, having constant amplitude, whether it is 0 or 1. So 0 or 1 is a discrete signal, okay, which is in the form of zeros and ones. This is the example of computer data, that is 1 0 1 0 and so on. Okay, and analog signal varies with respect to time. Actually, there is nothing digital in the world, everything is analog, but the difference is the digital signal is one of the approximation of analog signal, means we are processing on analog signal and converting it into the digital form. What is the use of digital signal? Why the digital signal is more used as compared to the analog signal? Because the digital signal can be stored, analog signal cannot be stored. That's why we have to convert an analog signal into its digital form. So this is what the difference between analog signal and a digital signal, but we have to more concentrate on the digital signal because in this subject we have to study the digital logic. Okay, so digital logic means binary logic. So first we should know the number system. In the number system we know the decimal number system, decimal number. We are going to learn the digital logic, then we have to learn this binary number system. One more thing, octal number, and last one is hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal number system. Okay, these 4 number systems we have to study. Decimal number system, we know this is 0 to 9. Binary number, which is in the form of zeros and ones, means having only 2 possible combination, either it is 0 or 1. Octal number system, as name itself indicate, it is a base 8 which is having 8 possible combinations. So 0 to 7, it is valid from 0 to 7 is an octal number system. Hexadecimal number system is valid from 0 to 9, and hexadecimal 10 is represented as A, 11 as B, 12 as C, 13 as D, 14 is E, and 15 is F. So 0 to 9 and A to F. Complete possibility is 16 possible combination, out of which 0 to 9 are the numbers and 10 to 15 are the alphabets, as 10 is indicated as A, 11 as B, likewise 15 is F. So this is the hexadecimal number system. First we will see the binary number system. Decimal, no need to study the decimal number system, you know the decimal number system. The binary number system, how to convert a binary number, a decimal number into its binary equivalent, that we will see first. How to convert a decimal number into its binary equivalent. Suppose we have to convert, we will take one example. Suppose we have to convert 10 of base 10, that is this 10 is a decimal number having base 10. We have to convert in what? In binary. We have to convert in binary. Then what is the procedure? we have to take this 10 as it is, that number, whatever number, we have to convert into its binary equivalent, divide with the base, so 2 5 is 10, remainder 0, 2 2 is 4, remainder 1, 2 1 is 2, remainder 0. In this way we have completed the division of this 10, simple division, decimal division that we have performed. We have divided by 2 and these are the remainder we have received. So this is the binary equivalent. You have to follow this path. This is the first digit, that is 1, second digit 0, third digit 1 and fourth digit 0. This is the binary equivalent of this decimal number. In this way you can convert any of the decimal number into its binary equivalent. This is one of the method of converting a decimal number into its binary equivalent. Another example is in the form of 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4 and so on. That is nothing but 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 and so on. So if we need to convert from this decimal number 10 into its binary equivalent, the shortcut method is simply, we know that 8 plus 2 is 10, remaining all are 0. So it becomes 10. If we need to make suppose 13, 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 1 13. So 1101 is 13. If you need to convert 15, so 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 1 15. In this way you can convert any of the decimal number into its binary equivalent. This is the shortcut and this is expected in the exam. If in exam it is asked to convert, any decimal number is given and you need to convert in its binary equivalent, then you have to follow this procedure. Okay. The decimal to octal and decimal to hexadecimal number system conversion is having same procedure, only instead of dividing with base 2 we have to divide by 8. Okay, any decimal number is given and we need to convert in its octal form, then we have to divide by 8. If we have to find out the hexadecimal number system, if we have to convert in hexadecimal, that is base 16, then we have to divide by 16. This is only the procedure of converting a decimal number into its binary form, into its octal and hexadecimal form. The remaining examples we will see in the next lecture. Thank you for watching the video.